My cousin's family has a bizarre annual tradition. I wish I'd never learned anything about it. Part 5. Aunt Amy turned to Megan and me. We're out of time. Sit at the living room table with Robert and Gary and play whatever board game they've set up. We'll be in here making dinner, focus on the game, and don't make eye contact with him. Don't look at him at all if you can help it, no matter how close he gets to you. Got it? Before we could respond, she nudged us towards the living room. Robert and Gary were already there setting up a Monopoly board. Too much was happening, too quickly. I decided that the best course of action, at least for the moment, was to follow my aunt and uncle's instructions. I gripped Megan's hand and told her that we were going to be okay, and we proceeded to join Robert and Gary at the table. Knock! Gary, what's up with all this? I whispered, prompting Gary to hiss a stern shh while dealing us our starting amount of Monopoly money. Uncle Wyatt, meanwhile, opened the door. The visitor wasn't wearing a coat, nor, despite the downpour outside, was he even wet. I began to wonder how he'd even gotten here at all, given the state of the roads nearby. He had an aged, wrinkly face and wore a plaid button-down short-sleeve sports shirt tucked into a pair of khaki pants. What little remained of his thin white hair combed over a large bald spot. He looked totally innocuous, at least insofar as I managed to glimpse him in my periphery while keeping my eyes directed towards the board. Megan, you need to pick one of these, I said, gesturing to the dog, iron, and shoe pieces. I was doing my best to keep her attention on the game rather than whatever was happening at the front door. She selected the shoe. As the visitor stepped further into the house, Uncle Wyatt closed the door and retreated quietly to the kitchen, where I could hear the sink running and the clattering of dishes. Just a little while longer until dinner's ready, Aunt Amy called, her voice convincingly casual. You can now watch Part 6, linked in the comments.